Hello, everybody. Welcome to Vibe Central, the best and only podcast on Spotify. There's no other podcast on Spotify. Trust us. We know. I've checked.
We're credible.
We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube, and we are also on freaking Podbean, which is a podcast hosting website. So if you use Podbean for some reason and not Spotify, check us out on Podbean.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, neither have I. That's why I only use it because I guess it's like one of the more popular ones for hosting. Although funny enough, last episode I actually had to pay for the subscription because our podcast was too big to be uploaded on their website without a subscription.
Wow.
Yeah. Unfortunate. But they're what distribute the podcast to the other things. So shout out to Podbean for being the middleman, I guess. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves around the table. I'm Timmy Allen, the guy with the little lemon picture here. Next to me, directly to my right on the screen is Chase. Chase, go ahead and say hi.
Hey y'all, I'm the pumpkin.
He's the pumpkin. Directly above me, with the big old blue box, is Mrs. Delia. Delia.
Yes, hello.
And last but not least, up just above Chase is good old musicianary Eggy boy Edgar. We call him many names.
Yes.
Go ahead and say hi.
Hola.
I love my boy Eggy.
Yes, we all love Eggy. We do have a fourth host named Goose, but unfortunately he could not be here today. So
Big F.
Yeah, big F.
Thought he was too good for us.
Well, let's just jump right into it. I think before we go into any topics, does anyone have anything interesting from today that they want to share or talk about? Because I don't.
I met my cousin yesterday.
You met
her boyfriend looks like Willy Wonka.
Wow. Wait, which one? Because there's Johnny Depp Willy Wonka, and then there's the other one.
Yeah.
he looked like Willy Wonka.
Like, what's his name?
One?
Johnny Depp.
Johnny
That
Depp?
one.
Oh.
There's
He doesn't count.
Willy Wonkas?
Yeah, he doesn't count. Well, because there's the original Willy Wonka. What's his name?
He also looked like Lord Farquaad with his haircut.
What?
Oh, I feel so bad that I can't remember his name because he's a brilliant actor. Hold
Are
on.
you talking about Gene Wilder?
Gene Wilder,
He
thank
died.
you. Yeah, he's dead. Rest in peace. But he was a brilliant actor. You see, if he looked like Gene Wilder, I would have been sick. That's good for him. But since he looks like Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka, that's a big turnoff.
Johnny Depp had a Willy Wonka.
Yeah, and he was garbage. Is Willy
I need
Wonka?
to see this.
You didn't know?
No, I was just only aware. I was only aware of one, and that was the one where the girl explodes like a blueberry.
Well, if it makes you feel better, Timmy, he also looks like Lord Farquaad.
Okay, that's
a big turn on.
That's a little bearable.
Yeah, do you have a picture?
No.
No, jokes
jokes
aside though,
I don't believe you
I
then.
love Johnny Depp as an actor. But God, he has some bad performances. Obviously there's the good ones, like Jack Sparrow, Sweeney Todd.
Yes, Sweeney Todd.
He
my
was good as
favorite.
Sweeney Todd, yeah. Then he has his bad ones, like freaking Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka, that Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka was literally the worst Willy Wonka I've seen, and I've only seen 2.
Are you implying that there are more?
I'm sure there are. I'm sure there's some sort of knockoff Willy Wonka from China or something that.
China.
But if it's a knockoff, is it still considered Willy Wonka though?
You know,
I don't know if it's canon.
I'm gonna say yeah. I think it's still canon. It's a canon Wonka.
I didn't know the universe was so complicated.
Wonka from China is canon.
What would he be called? translated.
What are you guys talking
Cheers.
about? Casey, we're talking about Willy Wonka. Welcome to the chat as well.
Willy
Okay.
Wonka in Chinese. Let me put that
Willy-
in a translator.
It's got to exist, right? Because the Chinese make ripoffs of everything. Like not like obviously like
Whoa.
not being
That's
racist.
racist.
No, it's not racist because it's true.
It's fact.
Like if you go to China, like they have like ripoff Starbucks. They have like their own ripoff car brands. They
Willy-
have like, oh god, what else? Wasn't Kimba the White Lion the Lion King ripoff from Japan, or was that from China?
From
I
Japan.
think
It was
No.
Japan, right? Because it's on Funimation.
That's
it's on
so
Funimation.
strange.
Yeah, that throws me off a big time. The fact
Actually,
that
Someone just
thing
told
about
me
that-
about that like the day before yesterday. It's pretty coincidental.
yeah.
You would bring that up.
Yeah. But yeah, China copies a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so the thing about Kimba the White Lion is that Lion King actually came after Kimba.
It did?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, I didn't know
People
that.
People get that
Oh, yeah.
wrong a lot because Disney just likes to take stories from other places, and
I'm not surprised. Well, I mean, 95% of Disney movies are adaptations of old stories, so
yeah,
So Lion King is a real knockoff.
yes, Lion King is a knockoff. I can't believe this.
Damn.
The stories
Um,
are kind of different though. From
Yeah.
I remember reading about it. Just the
Yeah, I haven't-
characters.
I haven't seen Kimba the White Lion. I probably should because it, like I said, it's on Funimation. I could just watch it at any moment. But yeah, I've heard they're different, very different. Speaking of Disney movies, can we just talk for a second about how bad Mulan live action was?
I
I
haven't seen
did
it.
not
Don't
watch
spoil
guys-
it for me.
Oh, you guys haven't seen it? Oh, poop.
It's
Don't spoil it.
just the original Mulan, but live action, or is there things that are changed?
Without spoiling anything, they changed a lot. Yeah.
They did.
I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one
couple
thing
things
that I personally don't
that
think
I
is a
heard.
big spoiler is that it's not a musical anymore. There isn't
Yeah.
any musical numbers.
Mm,
Sorry, I
guess
didn't.
it's better that way.
I don't know. The music from
But
Mulan
then
was
they
kind of
can't split the
iconic, though.
songs.
What was the
Yes,
name of
then
that
they
one where they're training?
I'll make a man of you or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love that one. It's great.
That's a song. Delia, you were gonna say something earlier? I don't know if I cut you off. No.
No.
Okay.
Never.
Well,
Yeah, it was just really bad. I watched it and it was yikes. That's all I have
You
to say.
cried.
That's my judgment of the movie. It's a yikes out of 10 from me.
I've seen a lot of
Yeah.
reviews about it, and they're just generally negative.
Yeah.
And it seems that Disney's coming under fire a little bit because of where they filmed it in China and stuff. I think it was like close to Uyghur. I don't know how to pronounce it. Uyghur.
It was-
concentration
Yeah,
camps.
there's a specific clip in the movie where you can see the concentration camp in the background because they forgot to edit it out.
oh, that's
Oh.
sad.
Oh,
Nice
That's the
job, Disney.
bad reminder.
Yeah, although that is not. I don't think that's the reason they're getting a lot of fire for it, because
they're not.
that's just a filming mistake. Like that can easily be thrown
I
off.
feel like they
The-
should.
Well, why?
Because like they couldn't edit that out, and it's a reminder of their bad history.
Well, yeah, but it's a continuity error. You know, that's just that was something that wasn't intentional. Disney, the editors at Disney didn't say like, oh, there's a scene where, like, what's it called? The CEO of Disney didn't walk up to the editor and be like, yo, you know this scene where the concentration camp's in the background? yeah, don't edit that out because we want to remind them of how messed up their history is. They didn't do that. It was definitely a mistake.
They knew their location though. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure they knew
yeah.
their location.
Well, yeah, they knew their location, but it that's still not like that's not a reason to say, oh, Disney's horrible because they made a mistake in editing. Because that happens all the time. It's just a continuity error. If in that shot they decided to pan to the thing, zoom in, and put big text on the screen that says this thing happened, then I'd be like, that's messed up. Why are they putting this in the movie? You know, but they didn't. It was just a shot where it just happened to be in the background. So I don't give Disney any flack for that, but I do give Disney a lot of flack for ruining the source material or their own source material.
Now I'm curious as to what these changes you're describing are.
I'm trying to best explain this without spoiling anything.
Who's gonna watch it? Who cares?
It mostly has to do
We all
with
know
the
story
content.
already.
It mostly has to do with the content and also
Yeah, sure,
stuff that
but-
happens.
I doubt anyone's like super excited to see it.
Is anyone
been
a
here
couple
going
months,
to
I
watch
think.
it?
What's up?
Huh?
Is anyone here going to watch it?
I mean, like,
I'm going to.
if you want to watch it, I'm not gonna stop you. I'm just telling you. Personally, I didn't like the movie. Because I thought it changed too much of the original Disney movie that it wasn't the same anymore. That seems to be a common trend with these new live-action Disney movies, though, is changing so much of it.
Oh yeah, I agree. There's like just all of them feel just worse for the most part.
Yeah.
I think the only one I liked, like either off the same page or slightly more, was the Jungle Book one.
The Jungle Book
that one.
live action was really good.
Oh yeah,
You guys think
Mowgli,
so?
right?
yeah. It was Mowgli. What was the bear's name?
I
I thought it was mediocre.
you thought it was mediocre?
That's just me.
Well, then
It was
again, I liked the Jungle Book live action because I thought it had really, really impressive CGI.
It did. Like, it's so. I don't know. It was really colorful.
It was mind blowing to me. Some of those scenes look way too real, and that was impressive to me.
I think my favorite bits were when the monkey dude, what was his name? I cannot remember, showed up. He was just like
I
a
only know
giant.
The
Yeah?
actor. Christopher Walken was the best part of the whole movie.
Yeah,
The guy that played the that's right, it was King Louis, because like they depicted King Louis as a gigantopithecus, and it's like a giant extinct ape.
yeah.
It looks great. I don't know if that's what it actually looks like, because it definitely looks really similar to another ape species I cannot remember the name of, but it looked great. I loved that part.
But yeah, Jungle Book I thought was good, but I'd like to hear Delia. Why did you think it was mediocre?
I just wasn't a fan of talking animals, and like I just prefer the cartoon version. It looks better.
Yes.
I guess it
The
makes sense.
anti-furry.
The anti-furry. Wouldn't it be more furry to prefer the cartoon version though?
Oh.
Because in the live action version, they look like real animals. So at
Delia
that point, it's just
exposed?
watching Delia exposed.
That's the title. Imagine.
No.
Episode 2: Delia exposed as a furry? Question mark! Exclamation mark! Question mark! Exclamation mark!
Hmm.
Gone wrong.
Gone
Gone
wrong.
wrong.
Gone
Gone
wrong.
sexual.
Anyway, let's switch over to games for a bit. Let's switch over to games because we're gonna end up talking about. Wait, what's up? What's up?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Yeah, let's switch over to games because if we don't, we'll end up talking about film for like another 30 minutes, like we did with the last podcast.
Yes, film.
I'm not really into like,
Actors.
film.
So games. Oh, you know what? I'm really excited for Star Wars Squadrons. I don't know if you guys
Star
are.
Wars Squadron?
Yeah.
Let me search that.
I have not heard of that.
Yeah,
Is
you-
that new? I
Yeah,
assume
it's a new game that EA is publishing. It's being developed. Oh God, I can't remember the name of the developer, but they're a really good developer. They worked on the some of the mechanics for Battlefront 2, which, say what you will about Battlefront 2, it had some of the best mechanics in the Star Wars game. I'm not gonna lie.
According to this, it's being developed by Motive Studios.
That's right.
By Electronic Arts.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's EA.
Yeah, Electronic Arts is the publisher, Motive Studios is the developer. And what Squadrons is going to be is it's going to be a StarCraft based combat game, 5v5 combat game, kind of in line with, like, if you remember Star Wars Star Wars X-Wing or Star Wars TIE Fighter, or there was X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, like really, really old, like Star Wars flying fighting games. It's kind of like in line with those, but it's new, and I'm really excited for it because the idea of a competitive-ish game, with Star Wars and with the iconic aircrafts from Star Wars, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be awesome. Some things I'm really excited for with the game specifically is, from what we know, there is no third person. There's only first person, which is kind of crazy for a flying game like that. And there's a mode in the game that reminds me so much of a mode from the original Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
That if it's anything like it, I think it's going to be the best game on the market, Star Wars wise.
Like, I never played any of the Star Wars games except for the Lego ones, so I have no idea what you're talking about for the most part.
Well, then for those of you who haven't played Battlefront 2, Chase included, the original one, not the new one, there's a mode called not Galactic Conquest. It was Galactic Assault. It was a simple mode. It was 5v5 with bots, which this new one is also 5v5 with bots. So basically, you and your crew would have to assault the other team's capital ships, which was usually guarded by two smaller like freighter type ships. So you'd have to take out these two freighter type ships, and then you'd have to take out all the main systems on the main capital ship, right? And then once you did that, you destroyed the capital ship, and your team won. But of course, you'd be fighting the other team, all 5 of the real players and all their bots as well, which would be trying to stop you, and they would be trying to destroy your capital ship at the same time. And that mode was the funnest mode, in my opinion, from Battlefront 2. The original, not the new one. Common misconception.
Well, I'm seeing the gameplay trailer right now. I think it looks great in first person.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
Star Wars Squadrons.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. I think, what's it called? The way they're advertising it, it makes me think it's going to be like a competitive game, where they're going to try and push esports as well.
Does it have microtransactions?
From what I've heard, no.
You sure? That's a big jump.
I'd have to double check, but from what I've heard, no, they're not going to have microtransactions. At least not in the sense that a microtransaction will affect gameplay. Let me look it up right now. Star Wars Squadrons. Squadrons microtransaction. There. The Star Wars Squadrons won't have microtransactions or constant add-ons. EA and Motive stressed that Star Wars Squadrons would let you earn everything through gameplay, but it's clear now that you won't even have to consider paying more because you can't. In addition to Motive's Mitch Dyer confirming that there won't be microtransactions, the studio's Ian Fraser has told Game Informer that Squadrons isn't planned as a live service where you keep getting add-ons, whether or not they're paid. Is this written wrong? In other words, the $40 game you buy should include absolutely everything. Frazier didn't rule out the possibility of more. We could, he said. However, that's not the game Motive wants to present. The Star Wars Space Battler is meant to be complete and great in its own right, and anything more would be a bonus. Hey, Railgun, welcome to the chat.
So basically, DLC is coming.
Well, from what I'm picking up from this, if DLC is coming, it'll be free. But they're intentionally trying to release the game as what they're trying to say here is that when the game comes out, their intention is that it's the full experience and they don't need to add anything on. So you pay the $40 and you get the game. Like that's one of the things that I know has been I guess because it's been a problem in the industry for years now, is that when you buy a game these days, it's never the full experience. There's always like more that they add on.
Yeah, that's a lot of game companies.
Yeah. So if this is correct, then that's impressive.
But I hope it's not simplistic.
No, well, what we've seen from the trailer is the gameplay is going to be very, very complex and kind of going to have a weird learning curve. But from what I understand, how it's going to work is that before you get to the online, you play through the campaign as sort of a tutorial, which there's going to be like a full campaign that is canon to the Star Wars universe. By the way, this game takes place just after the Return of the Jedi, so just after the original trilogy. And I guess the idea is that even though the Emperor is dead, the Empire is still around, but they're like slowly dying out, but there's still like battles and stuff going on.
Oh.
Which makes sense. That's something we kind of knew from like shows like The Mandalorian. And what else? What else did they? What other recent Star Wars media talked about that? I feel like there was another one.
Can't really think of any.
Yeah, me neither. Anyway, yeah, that's something we knew to be true, is that the Empire was still around. They were still active and doing stuff. But yeah, if that's true with Star Wars Squadrons, then that'll be very impressive. And I'm definitely looking for it. I have it pre-ordered. Thank you, Morbid OK, for going into my Twitch chat and saying fucking nerds.
You did the right thing.
Yeah.
She called this out, man. What are you gonna do?
I agree. I'm a nerd as hell. I'm if anyone's a nerd, it's me.
I think it's time we commit Sudoku. Just because it's...
Okay, well, I've been going on about Squadrons for a while here. You've never seen Star Wars movies?
No,
Wait,
I have
what?
nothing
You
to
said
add
that?
to any of this.
Well, you know what that means, right?
No, what?
Now we have to watch all of them.
You have to go to. Oh, I thought she was going to go to the gulag.
How? Discord or some other service. We have Disney Plus, so I can just stream it.
I mean, I would not be opposed to watching it again.
Hell yeah. Movie night? Hell yeah.
Heck yeah, I would do it.
Let's see what all the fuss is about.
Well, Star Wars aside, what games have you guys been playing? Or what games are you excited for?
There's not many games I'm really excited for other than Atomic. It's about the only game I'm.
Wait, say that again. Atomic what?
Atomic Heart.
Oh, Atomic Heart, yeah. That game looks
I saw
interesting.
the trailer when it came out.
Yeah, Edgar showed it to me. It's funny enough.
What's the story behind it? I don't remember much.
For Atomic Heart?
Yeah.
Russia laboratory has gone batshit crazy. and now an agent has to go. A KGB agent has to go and investigate what the hell happened.
Yeah.
Knock knock.
I remember I watched the trailer. It reminds me a lot of Fallout. And it also kind of reminds me of what is it, BioShock.
Yeah, it's a lot of mixes of other games. It's a great mix too.
Yeah. And the cool thing is, from what I've heard from Edgar, it's not going to be like Tarkov, which is absolute pain to play. So that's a plus.
Yeah,
It's not often you get a game from a Russian developer that isn't incredibly difficult for absolutely no reason.
it is going to be Souls-like a tiny bit. So
Yeah, but there's a difference between Souls-like and the absolute fuckfest that is Tarkov.
yeah,
But yeah, the game does look interesting. I'm excited to see when it comes out.
It hasn't come out yet?
No.
Jeez. Hmm.
Trying to think
I
of-
saw the trailer a couple years ago.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's typical of Russian developers take a while because they're small. They're usually unfunded. Or if they are funded, it's by the government for some reason.
Moonfish is that's the company. Moonfish. They're independent. So
Yeah. Let's see, what other games are coming out? I just started playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 Remastered.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. I could not talk better about that game. It is literally, I won't say it's the definitive way to play the original games, because realistically, it does add some stuff that wasn't in the original games. Like, reverts weren't even in either of the two. They were added in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. And manuals weren't in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1. From what I understand. They were in 2 though. So those are stuff that was added into those games. It's kind of like quality of life games. They play more like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and after. But their maps are from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. And then they have a custom map maker as well, which is really cool. But I've just been enjoying the hell out of that game. Vicarious Visions has done a fantastic job bringing those experiences into the modern age. What's it called? The levels and the maps look phenomenal. The gameplay is fluid and feels good, unlike Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, which was an absolute shit show of mechanics that weren't necessary. Everything just feels right, and it's wonderful to play. Plus, you got the original soundtrack and some new tracks and all the original playable characters. Like, it really is one of the best ways to play those original games if you want to play those if you want to have extra mechanics and stuff.
Well, I haven't really been into skate games. Do you think it would that game would reel me in?
I think Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 would be a good game for anyone, because it's really arcadey. It's not like Skate where it's super realistic, or it's not like, well, Skate isn't really realistic though. It's not like Skate where the focus is on
Isn't that the one where skaters break their backs every time or something?
I
Yeah.
love that.
Okay.
It's not like Skate where the focus is on doing tricks that look cool, and it's not like Skater XL where the focus is on realism. Literally everything you do in the game is just button combos. You know, you, like, for example, you do an ollie by pressing X, and then once you ollie, you can double tap or you can double tap up on the D-pad and then square to do a sal flip. Or you can tap left and square to do a kick flip, right? It's very simple. It's very simple mechanics. But the thing that comes with simple mechanics with most games, you'll find this is that the simpler the mechanics, the often that the skill cap for games like that are usually pretty high, high. You can get really good at a game with simple mechanics. I mean, think about like Smash. Smash is probably one of the most simple, concepts, but the way you execute those concepts and the skill it takes to execute those concepts is endless. Like, you can continue to get good. I feel like anyone can continue to get good at Smash. I don't really think there is a skill cap.
I can see that.
And it's the same thing with Tony Hawk. You just slowly get like I'm garbage at it, and I still pull off pretty sick stuff sometimes. It's just a matter of continuing to play, and you slowly you can feel yourself getting better and better, and it's wonderful.
So is there like a certain type of goal in the game?
Yeah, so if you haven't played the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater game before, how they usually work is to finish it. It plays out like this. You'll have a couple maps that are called goal maps, where the objective basically every time you load it up, you're given this list of goals that you can complete, ranging from like score challenges to finding a certain amount of items on the thing or doing specific tricks over specific gaps. And you have 2 minutes every time you load into that map to complete some of those goals. And once they're done, they're done. They're locked in. So you just keep replaying the map until you've completed a certain amount of goals, which will unlock the next level. And that keeps going. There's a couple other levels in here and there that are called like competition levels, where instead of trying to finish challenges, you are trying to get the highest score. And then you get a medal based on how high your score is. And that's basically just how it works.
Oh.
Alright, sounds pretty simple.
Yeah. Obviously there's like free skate modes where you can just go in there and go into a map and just fool around. There's custom maps, and people's made some crazy custom maps. Like there was this one I played called Roller Coaster where it was a dude, or where it was basically grinds linked together in such a way that all you had to do was jump onto a rail and hold the triangle button, which is your grind button, and you would go around this like little like loop of a track. It was a lot of.
Do you have to
fun.
balance yourself?
Not in this one, because what's it called? They space them in such a way that the grind thing keeps resetting every time you hit it.
So in normal gameplay, you would have to balance yourself, but not in the roller coaster thing. It's not, and that's not a thing.
Yeah, you don't need to balance yourself because of how they made the grind mechanic work, or how they made the grind mechanic makes it so that those rails, perfectly spaced, will never allow you to lose balance. But on on normal gameplay, yeah, you'd need to balance on the rail.
Okay.
And the creative skater is really fun to use. And as you're playing, you get in-game currency. Every time you finish a level, it's like $5 that you get to the in-game currency, and you can use that to buy more stuff in the shop, either for your cosmetics, or you can buy more stuff for the creative skate part or creative park stuff. I have to stress this as well. As far as I've seen, there's no microtransactions. Everything you can get in the game, you can earn just by playing.
Nice.
There is, I know if you get the the deluxe edition, you get some extra stuff in your creative skater, and you get some extra unlocks cosmetics for Tony Hawk specifically. But
they don't affect gameplay, basically.
Yeah, they don't affect gameplay.
All right, any game that does that, it has, gets some respect from me.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remastered is like a really, really good game. And I highly recommend anyone who enjoys like games in general, but especially if you enjoy the arcadey nature of the Tony Hawk series, to pick it up and play it. It is visually demanding, so if you're not playing on console, you're gonna need a pretty decent PC to play.
Oh,
Obviously, it doesn't need to be amazing. It just needs to be good. But if you have a PS4 and Xbox One, you can literally just buy the game and play. So that's a plus.
All right.
Finally, something for us console players.
what?
Yeah. What was that?
Because usually PC players have like more advantages over console players.
Yeah. Oh, this is actually a game I think I'd recommend on console because I play it with a controller, even on PC. But that's because controller for this game is so much more intuitive. I don't think I could ever use keyboard and mouse on a Tony Hawk game. Hell, if I could, I would use my GameCube controller to play this game. Because that honestly would be the truly definitive way to play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater is with a GameCube controller. Or some other classic controller.
I still haven't found a single thing that allows me to use my GameCube controller on non-Nintendo products.
Really?
Yeah, do you know other things that do take them?
I mean, I have my adapter that works. That's
for like
interesting
other
though.
consoles or like things on the computer?
For PC and other consoles. Well, I mean, I haven't tried it on other consoles, but it does work for PC. I know that for a fact.
I guess I just don't know what I'm talking about then.
Yeah. Well, kind of segueing here, since we're talking about like classic controllers and stuff, I bought a Sega Dreamcast recently.
Oh yeah, I saw that on the one of the chats.
And
that's Sonic things, right?
Yeah, I bought because I got Crazy Taxi and I got Sonic Adventure. With it, and it's really cool playing on the old console. I need to finish Sonic Adventure, although it's kind of weird. They don't really navigate you too much in that game, so you kind of just have to like explore and find stuff. But it's cool having an old console like that.
Was that the game that had like orcas jumping out of the water over bridges?
Yeah, that's on the first level.
Ah, okay. I've seen so many videos of that level, so I just wasn't sure though.
That's really cool. I'm trying to figure out what other games I want to get. I keep joking about there's a game called Wetrix, which I've never heard of before, but I think it'd be hilarious to get because of the name alone.
Wetrix?
What is it again?
Wetrix? Well, on Dreamcast it's called Wetrix Plus. And it's some sort of puzzle game involving water and
Wetrix
blocks.
Plus Definitive Edition.
But yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna try and get some more.
Dude, that's a huge controller.
Yeah, it's a freaking beast of a controller. It's massive. But that's because the memory card, which for the Dreamcast is called the virtual memory unit, goes in the controller. So they had to make space for that.
This is, I think, the first time I've seen one of these.
They're cool.
I used to have one, but I don't know what happened to it. My dad gave it to me for birthday a long time ago.
The Sega Dreamcast was, I think, one of Sega's last consoles before they stopped making consoles altogether.
Before they gave up.
Yeah, and the reason they gave up, I think, was because of the Dreamcast. Because despite despite how good of a console it was, which it was a really good console, it still is a really good console. It didn't sell well at all. Like, it did not make Sega nearly as much money as they expected it to. And so I think at that point they were just like, well, we're obviously doing something wrong, so let's not make another console. And then the Dreamcast we haven't gotten a Sega console since. Which kind of sucks, honestly, because I would have loved to see like a new Sega console. Maybe like they make a Dreamcast 2 or like a Genesis Genesis Modern or something like that. Right? Where like it plays modern games, but like obviously they would probably focus on trying to release games, their own games for it.
So exclusives?
Yeah, I think it would be focused on exclusives for one reason and one reason only. I feel like if Sega tried to release a console now, they could not compete with the big players like Xbox and PlayStation. Because when you think...
Nintendo.
Yeah, even Nintendo. Because when you think about it, Xbox and PlayStation, when it comes to games, are like the consoles to go to. And Nintendo, when it comes to Nintendo games, is like the consoles to go to, right? And even though the Switch has a lot of other games on it, you notice that most of the games that are on Switch that people buy are Nintendo games. Because they don't release them anywhere else. They only release them on the Switch. So that's why I think if Sega were to release a new console, they'd have to do the same thing. And then the problem there is I don't think they're pumping out enough games to do so. At least not enough big name games. Like they'd have to make a Sonic game for it if they released it. And that would be problematic because Sonic's in the shitter right now, thanks to Forces.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
They'd have to release some other games for it. I imagine they'd put a Monkey Ball game on there. But Monkey Ball is like one of the smaller franchises.
I just wish Nintendo would buy Sonic already, because he deserves way more than what he's getting.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, he had a recent success in his movies, but so there's that.
Yeah, well, I think the problem with Sonic is that the games are just not up to the quality anymore that they were before. You know, like Forces was really, really bad. And that's mostly due to the writing and the stupid custom character creator. Forces was really bad. And then there was what came before Forces. The game that came before Forces was Mania, which was brilliant, right? But that was like the last brilliant Sonic game. And even the games before that were pretty bad.
You think they should just stop trying to do 3D stuff and go back to 2D?
Well, yes and no. I think they can do 3D really well. And, like, for example, Sonic Adventure is a brilliant 3D Sonic game. Same thing with Sonic Adventure 2. They're both absolute masterpieces in their own sense. I think the problem is probably more in line with the character itself than the games.
Sonic's the problem?
I think the way they develop Sonic into a character is the problem, because you know Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2, he very much is, you know, kind of unserious about everything, right? Like he's one of those like cocky, like I'm the best and I know I'm the best guy, and that's a good character for Sonic because that embodies pretty much who he is. You know, he was like Nintendo's main competition, and the way they advertised him was he's better than Mario, because he goes faster and stuff. And then the same thing with Sonic Mania. You know, they went back to the roots, back to that classic Sonic that was silent, but definitely very cocky and definitely very, you know, unique. But the newer games, he doesn't seem the same. And then all the other side characters add to that, you know.
They changed his personality too much.
I feel like they changed his personality too much. That's one thing I've always noticed, especially like Sonic 06. Sonic 06 was a train wreck, and one of the reasons I think, because I think the gameplay of Sonic 06 was really good, but the story and the way the characters developed themselves was garbage. It was absolute garbage. Literally is the worst Sonic game, in my opinion, and it's solely because of the story. So yeah. When it comes to Sonic, I think Sega needs to get their shit together and write him the way he was meant to be written, and make a game that is not only fun to play, but fun to like think about and stuff too. Because like that's the main draw of most of the Sonic games is the stories have been pretty garbage. I think that's the main problem with them.
All right.
Yeah. But I would like to see Sega make another console sometime in the future.
Hopefully it'll be up to par.
And I'm not talking like a throwback console where like they re-release an old console. I mean like a real console. It's just, it's a matter of doing it and making it successful. And how do you make it successful?
Do they have the drive and the money?
That's another thing. I don't know if Sega could afford to make another console, honestly.
Like, if they could afford to do it, what would you think they would do? Would they do something similar to Nintendo, where they're trying to innovate, or would they just go do what everyone else is doing?
Well, I think they'd have to try and innovate.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Because, I mean, it's a developer that's been out of the posture check. I'm not even on camera, Edgar. Hold up, I'm gonna go to my mod page. I'm gonna refund you those points.
Just
do it anyway.
posture check. You don't need to be on camera.
Fine. I fixed my posture. And I hope you guys take my word for it.
You're lying.
Exactly. This is the problem.
Did you spend Twitch points on something that you can't even get?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just 100. I have like 878.
Currently at the moment, my Twitch chat cannot use posture check, hydrate, make me dab, finish off my water, and that's pretty much it because I'm not on camera. There's no way for me to verify that I did those things.
Okay.
VIP for a week? Oh snap! Hold up. I can do that. I can give you that.
I was saving up for a mod, but
who has 10,000?
Hold up. I need to go to my actual channel.
I'm super loyal.
Oh my god. I'm poor. Oh my god.
Oh no.
For the mod view.
Well, now I don't have anything.
Let's see. Morbid okay.
So what does a VIP get?
VIP?
A super cool badge.
Yeah, they get a sick badge.
Damn, you're kind of like a badass now. How do you feel?
Wowie.
I mean, I'm a mod in a bigger channel, so it's whatever.
Well, seriously?
I'm just kidding.
Seriously?
This means the world to me.
Hold up, I think I need to do it. I think I need to do it in my creator dashboard. Small pause in this little chat thing. Community, roles manager, add new.
You're gonna have to edit this out. No one's gonna know what we're talking about.
More okay. No, okay. So I don't want to edit. So I'm just gonna for basis sake. We are currently on Twitch for the audio listeners. we're on Twitch, and Morbid has just redeemed VIP for a week. So now they're a VIP for a week. I need to get some editors on my stream at some point because I realized I can do it. I can make someone an editor.
Get Scythe to edit your stuff.
I might make like Mr. Brandad an editor.
Ooh, look at him. Getting all the privileges.
I mean, they don't really get to do much except for like change the title and the category and stuff. Maybe add tags. Anyway, let's move on to the next topic because we're getting close to that hour mark. Which I believe is music. Music. So, music. What have you guys been listening to?
Justin Bieber, One Direction.
Oh boy.
Ariana Grande.
Oh, why are you laughing? Ariana Grande, I love her.
Oh my god.
She's my queen.
Oh boy. Okay. I guess.
No one knows what to talk about Justin Bieber, One Direction.
Have you guys okay. Well shit. I mean, I've been listening to just kind of like anything really. A lot of anime music. I've been listening to the Fooly Cooly soundtrack.
Oh my god.
Cuz it's brilliant. It's absolutely amazing. Shut up. It's great.
The what soundtrack?
The Fooly Cooly soundtrack.
Fooly Cooly.
Yeah.
It's awfully close to cool, which means something cool in Spanish.
No, it's spelled FLCL. We watched the anime together. You said it was horrible.
Oh.
It's still horrible.
It's not horrible. It's a brilliant anime. You just don't understand it. It's very good.
Yeah, well, I'm not into adults preying on children.
It's not an adult preying on the children. There's a reason.
That isn't aging well.
There's a reason that the chick is with the kid all the time. There's a reason. It's because the kid is the chick's ex-boyfriend's brother.
Oh, we're fucking getting canceled.
No.
Not me.
No, this is not cancelable. This is not like cuties.
Oh no. Oh god.
No, look, Fooly Cooly is a great anime. And
alright.
No.
If you don't agree, then it's your loss. But it's Death Note. That hurts me that you say Death Note's better. Death Note's so boring.
You're boring.
Bro, what's fun about a dude writing a name in a book and that person dying? It's not fun at all.
It's a little dramatic.
It's not boring.
It's boring. Boring as heck. I'd watch Monster Musume before I finished the entirety of Death Note.
Is that the one with the harpy girl and the centaur girl?
Yeah, all the monster girls.
Oh.
Anyway, aside from that, the soundtrack, even if you don't like it, even if you don't like the show, the soundtrack for Fooly Cooly is really good. It's done by this Japanese punk band called The Pillows. And their music, the way they do their music is really, really good. Like, I don't even really need to understand the lyrics to know that it's good music because everything else is brilliant. Which actually, I think in the Discord I put a Spotify link to their album Full on Cool Generation, which is the soundtrack where most of the music from the show is.
Did you
Where'd
do
you
that? I
post
don't.
it?
Yeah,
where-
it's in the music sharing.
music sharing.
Yeah,
Oh.
let me just double check to make sure I did put it in there. I did. I'm sure I did.
Scott Pilgrim, Night Tempo, Full on Cool
Oh.
Generation.
Yeah, Full on Cool Generation.
Oh, I see it.
A brilliant album.
Last Dinosaur. I see. I'll listen to it later.
My favorite song on that album is definitely Last Dinosaur.
Last Dinosaur.
Yeah. It's important in the show because it's the song that plays whenever something important happens. But it's also a brilliant song.
Are there dinosaur characters in this anime?
No,
So it's just the title of
it's
the
just
thing?
it's just the title of the song.
Ah, okay. I want dino characters in my anime. Does anyone know an anime with dinosaurs?
No idea.
Darling in the Franxx.
Darling in the Franxx.
It's got dinosaur girls.
Oh, okay.
they
Darling in the Franxx.
Although I've also heard it gets really bad near the end. So
Oh, this spiky haired girl's from this. She has pink hair. She's wearing a headband with red horns on it.
yeah, she's a dinosaur.
She's a dinosaur.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
from what I understand, she's a
Wait,
dinosaur.
in the picture.
02.
Just in the picture of this.
She's a dinosaur. Does she
She's-
turn into one? Like, does she transform?
Not that I know of.
What?
She just is a dinosaur.
I don't understand.
From what I
Not
understand.
dinosaur.
I don't understand.
I don't get the show. I've never watched it. That's all I know is that she's a dinosaur.
I feel like we're just spewing nonsense right
We
now.
could be. I could be completely wrong, but from what I've heard, she's a dinosaur. That's all I know about the show.
Are
I
there
prefer to think she's a dinosaur.
dinosaurs in Darling in the Franxx? Let's see. What do I get?
Canon check.
Canon check. Let's do it.
I don't see anything about.
Oh my
About it.
god, I'm so disappointed.
Hold up. I'm gonna look it up as well. Because if I've been wrong, I've been misinformed for all my life.
Spreading misinformation.
Oh, I need to turn off my ad blocks.
Is 02 a dinosaur? Here's a fandom link. Let's see. Fuck. This is
To frantically try to find.
this is really long.
Oh gosh.
Like I'm seeing things that look like stuff I would see in what's it called? I don't remember the name. Oh, okay. I found a meme and it features that girl, but there's a dinosaur in it.
Send the thing.
Yeah.
Poor audio listeners.
This is important information. This is like
Okay, so I guess she's a dinosaur now. What? I don't understand.
hold on.
What is this
Dinosaurs
anime
66
about?
million years ago.
Hey.
Yeah, what I
That's
was
hot.
trying to remember is that the stuff I've seen so far looks like I would see in,
Okay.
in Evangelion.
Okay, so it says she has Cloxosaur blood. So she has the blood of a
Cloxosaur?
dinosaur, which makes her technically a dinosaur.
I thought she could turn into one. Like,
No.
no.
Well, I'm highly disappointed now. I wanted dinosaurs, man.
Dinosaur morphing.
Dinosaur morphing.
So she's a dinosaur.
Why though?
Well, why? I can't answer that, but
Why is 02 a dinosaur?
she's got the blood of a dinosaur inside of her. What? Oh my god, another posture check? Okay, I've just fixed my posture. If you don't believe me, well, too bad.
That was too fast.
It's too bad.
Oh,
Okay, so I'm just seeing horny people and not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's not surprising to me.
Interesting.
Okay, well, we reached the 1 hour mark, so at this point, while we continue talking, I'd like to open up questions from the chat. So, chat, if you are here and you'd like to ask questions to me or any of my hosts about anything that is not that as long as it isn't TOS, as long as it isn't TOS, we will answer.
No filter.
No
what the heck is a Cloxosaur? Is that a real dinosaur?
Probably
Did you
not.
say a coxosaur or
No.
It's probably if it is a real dinosaur, then I mean, like, while I wouldn't be surprised, I don't know. Although I don't think it's a real dinosaur, I think it might be just something they came up with for the show.
Okay, so I'm on a wiki page, and I'm on a wiki page for Cloxosaur, and it's giving me something that definitely looks like it would come from Evangelion.
Okay.
It looks like some giant robot head. What am I looking at?
Oh, you know what? They might drive the dinosaur.
Cloxosaur is a biological weapon created by the Cloxosapiens. Darling in the Franks.
Yeah, okay, so it's a dinosaur that they made, and they put the blood in the chick, and then they drive the dinosaur by the dude touching the chick's butt, I think, if I remember correctly. The show has a lot to do with, like, this, like, company. From what I understand, it has to do with, like, this company or, like, this military organization using kids' sexuality to control robots.
What?
What the hell?
I'm so confused.
What are we talking about anymore?
Darling in the Franks.
Are we talking about
I haven't watched this show. This is just what I've heard.
Okay.
So,
okay.
So
I feel like some diehard fans are screaming right now.
Probably. I'm probably upsetting a lot of Darlings in the Franks fans. No, but from what I get at in the show, it's like this military organization that uses, like, sexuality between two people to drive a robot thing, and that's why they always pair up the chick with who has the blood in them, the dinosaur blood, with the guy, because the guy is like gets horny for him, although he doesn't know what horny is. So he's like, "What's happening? What's going on in my pants? I'm gonna drive a robot."
It's anime Pacific Rim.
I guess I have no idea. This is all stuff that I just heard.
Okay.
So yeah, that's Darling in the Franks.
What a extraordinary show.
I know, so good.
So many memes, and I had no idea she was a dinosaur.
Thinking about it now, I need to watch it just to see how ridiculous it is.
Critically acclaimed. Man.
Yeah.
Inspirational.
Is it because of the story or because of the heroine?
It probably has to do with the heroine, because she wears a skin tight suit all the time and is thick as heck.
Sounding very sus. We're definitely getting canceled.
No, we're not getting canceled.
Oh my god.
We're not getting canceled. We just have some really hot takes.
There you go.
Okay, what the heck?
This is exactly what we talk about.
Look like?
What?
Yeah, she's wearing skin tight stuff.
Yeah, I told you.
Nice.
The show actively tries to make her attractive, because from what I understand, the story is that they're using their sexuality to drive the robot. So obviously, if you're gonna make a dude, you know, kind of like get off to a chick without him knowing what sex is, you make her really, really, really sexy, right?
How would sexual energy translate into robot energy?
I don't know.
Don't
Dude.
ask questions.
It's anime.
It's
Anything
anime.
kind of goes.
Logic.
It's anime logic.
It's your culture. You should know.
Yo, I'm Japanese, but I don't watch as much anime as some of you people.
Hey, I don't watch
It-
that.
I
I
watched
don't watch
one.
anime.
It makes okay. So them powering the robots by sex makes just as much sense as a person writing a name in a notebook and then that guy having a heart attack. So
At least it can be explained by supernatural causes. But I don't know about the sexual energy kind of.
Sexual paranormal energy.
Oh, got it.
Oh, I
Got
think
it.
the guy that's supposed to be partnered with her.
wait. So
Hmm.
Delia's gone. Delia's back.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Sorry.
She rage
It
quit.
just died on me. I got so triggered.
Okay, so
I'm out.
so anime logic. Speaking of anime logic, Fuck.
Yeah.
I watched Uzaki-chan.
What
Oh,
is
you
that?
did.
That was really good.
What's that?
That was the
It's-
one with the chick with the big bust.
Yeah, with the really big bahonkers.
There's
Like
a lot of
actually
Oh,
huge,
the
huge,
bonkers.
absolutely massive dubang hangalos.
I still don't know which anime this is.
Okay, so if I showed you the character, you'd know it is because they've been talked about on the internet for a while.
Alright, okay.
Basically,
Send me
this is it's about this character. Here, someone in the Discord like put a picture of it. Maybe Chase.
Of it.
Okay.
So
Alright. Zaki
so
Chan.
Uzaki-chan's very controversial right now, and it's mostly because people think that she has unrealistic proportions, which is weird considering that seems to be a very common thing in anime. And the funny thing about it is a lot of these people who are like calling for this show to be canceled, say that it's because Uzaki-chan is a child and is made to be really sexual. But the problem with that argument is in the show, Uzaki-chan's 18 at the beginning, 19 in the middle, and 20 at the end. She's an adult all the way through it.
Oh, I've seen screenshots of this
You know,
lately.
Yeah.
she does look younger.
She does look younger, but
It's-
that's like
Obviously,
for
she looks young.
for what she looks like. I don't think it's unrealistic. Cuz like I know people in college who are super young and also have massive badonkers.
Oh, nice. A nice observation.
Yeah. No, it's true though. I don't think just because I don't think it's weird that she looks young and also has massive tits. I don't think that's something that doesn't happen. I mean, it's probably really rare to find someone like that. But well, anyway, getting off the topic of her
Now we're
badonkers
gonna
in
get canceled.
No, we're not gonna get canceled. We're not gonna get canceled. Trust me.
Yay!
Trust me.
On episode 2.
No, trust me. This is not even a hot take. Anyone with half a brain knows that Uzaki-chan is not crazy, is not weird at all. The show itself though is really good. I highly recommend it. It's very
What
funny.
exactly is it about?
Yeah,
It's a really simple concept. So basically, what it's about is about this. Basically, Uzaki-chan's just going into college, and her. Okay, well that image doesn't do the show much justice.
Oh no!
I'm just looking
Send
at
me an
these
indication of
pictures.
now.
Anyway, so basically she's in college and she meets this dude who she knew from high school named Sakura. And Sakura is kind of a loner. He's kind of a loser. He doesn't really hang out with a lot of people. He plays video games by himself all day. And Uzaki-chan sees this and she's like, "Bro, you need to like not be lame." And so most of the show is just her trying to get him to go somewhere and hang out with her. And basically
Aw.
make him not a loner. It's actually really, really wholesome and really sweet. There's a couple moments that are definitely fan service, but that's what you expect from a show where the main character has huge personality.
I feel like there's a lot of fan service in the show, like 100%.
No, yeah, there is a lot of fan service, but like, it's anime. What do you expect?
It's original plot, man.
Chase, your images aren't helping.
Well, that's why I'm putting them in the chat.
But yeah, so she basically tries to hang out with this dude, and then what's it called? Some other characters end up getting involved in the relationship, but in the sense that they're actively trying to get them together and make them a couple.
All right. Oh, this one. What is this? What is this one?
Oh, I remember that. Okay, so I can explain that scene.
I can
explain the
explain
scene.
it.
So okay, so Sakura has a thing for cats. Like he really likes cats.
Oh,
And
Shane
so-
Dawson.
Oh no.
No, not like that. So he's walking. So in the second episode, in the second episode, he's walking in the street and he finds this cat and he's trying to pet it, but the cat keeps clawing the shit out of him, right? Because it doesn't want to be pet. Well, Uzaki-chan shows up and she's like, well, you're doing it wrong. You're not petting him right because he's going up above the cat, which scares cats, I guess. And so she's like, you got to come up from below and like massage the cat's chin. You guys are taking this completely wrong.
You should describe
Anyway, so no,
the
like
screenshots that
legit-
Chase is posting.
okay, that one I can also explain, but let's finish up with the cat thing. So the cat's
audio
there, and then the bike
listeners.
comes by, and the bike stops with its brakes, which are really loud, and it scares the cat away. And Sakurai is kind of sad about it. So Uzaki-chan's like, it's okay, I'll go chase the cat down. The cat jumps into a bush, and Uzaki-chan jumps into a bush after the cat, and gets stuck in the bush. And Sakurai walks over there to try to help Uzaki-chan out, but Uzaki-chan's skirt is also caught in the bush, so he smacks the skirt. He smacks the skirt, intending to cover up the fact that her panties are showing.
Okay.
I can't tell her.
And it works, but she gets kind of weirded out by it. Obviously, I mean,
She would.
yeah.
So he doesn't slap her ass.
No, he totally does. He totally does, but it's not because he wants to. It's because the skirt's up, and he doesn't
Right.
want to expose. He doesn't want to look at that because it's like he's an honorable man.
So he's like half simp. He's a
I don't know.
No. He's
That's
the
same
opposite of a
excuse I
simp.
use.
Most of the show, he talks about how much he doesn't like hanging out with Uzaki-chan because of how conflicting their personalities are. Although they do end up kind of getting into like this weird like love situation where like they're just like you can tell that they're into each other, but they're definitely trying to hide it. You know.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's-
Thanks for spoiling it. I was gonna watch it too.
no, you should still watch it. You still watch it because it's really good.
Okay.
Um,
Can you explain the second image?
The second one, they're playing VR, and he's playing a VR game, and then he accidentally stumbles over and grabs her boob. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
He thinks it's an octopus or something, because he's playing like an underwater game.
Oh.
An octopus?
Why? That still doesn't make sense to me.
You know, octopi are slimy. I don't know about that.
Well, no, he's like, is this like a jellyfish or an octopus or something like this? It's like squishy. He's like,
So he squeezes it, yeah.
it's a lot more innocent than it looks. I mean, obviously, yeah,
Mm.
like he just straight up grabs her boob, but when you know the context, it's a lot less bad.
It's very sus.
And what's it
Keep
called?
telling yourself that.
There's two occasions in the show where he grabs her boob by accident and doesn't realize that he grabbed her boob.
Subconsciously grabbing the boob.
No, not subconsciously, accidentally.
What is? Oh, okay.
Which probably
fine.
it probably also gives the case for those people who are calling it like controversial and stuff.
Call the boob grabs an accident.
Yeah.
and it makes it less controversial. Okay.
Oh boy. All right.
Okay, well, I need to go do something right now. This has been an interesting conversation. I'm gonna have to really consider whether or not that last part stays in.
You have to go do
Nah,
something after
nah.
looking at all these images.
Honestly, jokes aside, I probably will keep it in just because it was a fun conversation.
Yes, it was.
I
Yeah.
bet it
One of
was
our
fun.
best ones.
Goody.
So anyway, thanks to you all for watching for all the Twitch people here. Thanks for joining and watching and listening. What's it called? To our audio listeners, I appreciate the support. We are on Spotify and YouTube, and like I said before, we're on Podbean as well. If you want to watch live, for the audio listeners, if you want to watch live, it's Mondays at 4:00 is when we go live. For the Twitch users, if you wanted to just listen to this again, like I said, Spotify, YouTube, and Podbean. Thanks for watching, and peace.